The story begins with a little boy named Vasili Zaitsev, who went hunting with his grandfather in a cold region of Russia. Now, Vasili's grandfather tied his horse with a net, so that if any animal came to hunt this horse, Vasili could kill that animal with his sniper rifle. However, when a wolf came in front of him, Vasili got very scared and missed his target due to this fear. Now, the story comes in the present time, when Vasili had become a soldier of the Russian army. This year was 1942, when World War II had started and Hitler had already occupied half of Europe. Now, Hitler's next target was to occupy Russia, but for this, he had to pass through a city named Stalingrad. But this was not so easy, because the Red Army of Russia was already stationed in Stalingrad. But at present, the number of soldiers in the Red Army was a little less, so many Russian soldiers were sent to Stalingrad by train, so that they could join the Red Army and push back the German army. And Vasili was also included in these soldiers. Now, as soon as he reached Stalingrad, all these soldiers were made to sit in boats, so that they could cross the river and go to the battlefield. But now, these people were able to cross this river, so many German planes attacked their boats. Now, in this attack, many boats of Russia sank and many Russian soldiers died. But fortunately, Vasili survived this attack and somehow reached the shore. Now, due to this attack, many weapons of the Russian army were washed away in the water. Therefore, the senior officers of the army divided all these soldiers into pairs, where one person of the group was given a rifle and the other person of the group was given the bullets of the rifle. Now, during this time, Vasili only got some bullets and his other comrade got a rifle. And if Vasili also wanted a gun, then he would have to kill a German soldier and take his gun from him. Now, as soon as the orders were received, the Russian army attacked the German soldiers and began to advance rapidly. Here, the German soldiers also responded to this attack and rained bombs on the Russian army. Now, in this attack, many Russian soldiers were killed and Vasili's comrade was also present among these soldiers. Now, here Vasili tried to pick up his comrade's rifle, but then another soldier pushed him and picked up the rifle before him. Here, the German soldiers began to attack the Russian soldiers and seeing this, many Russian soldiers ran away, saving their lives. But as soon as they returned, the senior officers of Russia killed them because they were running away from the war. Now, after a few hours of fighting, the German soldiers captured the Stalingrad and now the whole city was filled with the dead bodies of Russian soldiers. Now, in the meantime, when a Russian car passed through the Stalingrad, the German soldiers attacked it with tanks. But before this car could blast, a Russian officer came out of it, whose name was Danilov. And this man used to print newspapers for the Russian army. Now, before the German army could catch him, Danilov got out of his car and hid among the dead bodies of the Russian soldiers. Now, when the German soldiers reached him while looking for him, they rained bullets on all the dead bodies around him. However, Danilov was lucky, so he did not get a single bullet, but he vomited due to the dead bodies around him. Now, as soon as the German soldiers left, Danilov rushed ahead and in the meantime, he saw a German officer who was going to take a bath. Now, seeing this, he picked up a gun and started aiming at the German officer. But then a living man came out of the dead bodies and this man was none other than Vasili. Now, here Vasili refused to shoot Danilov and told him to wait for a missile to fall so that no one could hear the sound of the bullet. However, Danilov was scared to shoot, so he gave the rifle to Vasili and told him to kill the German officer. Now, Vasili also took the rifle and started aiming at the German officer. Now, as soon as the missile exploded, Vasili shot a headshot and killed the German officer. And because of that explosion, no one heard the sound of the bullet. Now, as soon as the next explosion happened, he killed another soldier, but this time another German soldier saw him. Now, as soon as he saw this, he lay on the ground and started throwing a bomb at Vasili. But Vasili eyed this soldier as well. Now, this last soldier felt something wrong around him, so he started running away from there. But then Vasili stood up and killed this last German soldier as well. After this, both of them reached the headquarters of the Russian army, where Danilov published an article in the newspaper. And in this article, he told how Vasili killed 4 German soldiers and a German commander. After this, we see the commander of the Russian army, who was in a lot of tension, because since the last few months, the defense of the Russian army has become very weak. Now, the commander called a meeting and asked the senior officer of the army to increase the morale of his army, so that his soldiers can fight against the German soldiers and free the Stalingrad from the hands of the Germans. Now, Danilov told the commander that if we want to win this war, then we have to raise hope in the hearts of our soldiers, and for this work, we need a hero. Here, Danilov told the commander about Vasili and proposed to publish his story in the newspaper, so that the hopes of the Russian army can be raised and the youth of the country can be inspired to become like Vasili. Now, the commander liked this idea and decided to follow it. After this, Danilov published Vasili's story in the newspaper, and slowly, Vasili became the hero of the entire country. Along with this, he was transferred to the sniper team. And after coming to the sniper team, Vasili killed 33 German soldiers and forced 13 German commanders to resign from their ranks. Now, such days passed and Vasili killed German officers one by one. Now, one day, when Vasili was on a mission, he met a little boy named Sasha. Now, Sasha was very happy to see Vasili and came home with him. Now, after seeing Vasili, Sasha's mom was also very happy and she took good care of Vasili. Now, after a while, Danilov also came to Sasha's house and here he showed Vasili all the letters that his fans had sent him. Then, a girl named Tanya came to Sasha's house. Actually, Tanya is also a Russian soldier and she works to save Russian people from German soldiers. Now, after seeing Tanya, Danilov liked her. But Tanya likes Vasili and she keeps listening to Ivan's bravery stories. Now, after this, we see the new commander of the German army who hired the world's most dangerous sniper and gave him a contract to kill Vasili. This sniper's name was Koig and so far, Koig had killed more than 100 targets. Now, Koig was also busy with his work and by the end of the day, he killed 5 Russian soldiers. Now, the next day, Vasili's friends told him that they saw a German sniper in a building in the city. Now, after hearing this, Vasili went to that place with one of his friends and started looking for that German sniper. Now, after a little effort, Vasili saw that German sniper and killed him with a headshot. After this, he went inside the building with his friend so that he could confirm this kill. But when he came inside, he saw that the person was not a sniper but a dummy. Now, he was able to think that the German planes had attacked the building in which Vasili and his friend were present. Now, due to the explosions around, Vasili's friend got very scared and started running here and there. Although Vasili tried to calm him down a lot, but it was of no use. And as soon as that soldier tried to run away from the building, that German sniper, Koig, led him. Now, after this attack, Vasili somehow reached his headquarters and told Danilov the whole story. Now, here Danilov told him that the sniper who attacked you is Koig and the German commander has given you a contract to kill him. Now, the next day, Vasili and his friends got the news that an abandoned building in the city was besieged by a German army. Now, as soon as Vasili got this news, he went to kill those German soldiers with his 2 friends. But as soon as they reached that building, some German soldiers attacked them with machine guns. Now, Vasili and his friends ran inside the building and luckily, all 3 of them survived. After this, Vasili went to the first floor of this building and started aiming at those German soldiers. Now, during this time, he also cut the telephone line so that the German soldiers could not call back up from their headquarters. Now, Vasili knew that if these 3 came out of here in the daylight, the German soldiers would kill them. So, these 3 decided to hide in this building till evening. Now, since these 3 were very hungry, they decided to eat something. But unfortunately, they left their soup on the ground floor of this building. Now, one of Vasili's friends went to bring back the soup. But as soon as he came out of the building, a group of German soldiers captured this soldier. Now, Koig asked this soldier about Vasili, but when he didn't tell Koig anything, he gave this soldier a German uniform and sent him to fix the telephone lines. Then, Vasili's friend, whose name was Kulikov, saw a German soldier who was trying to fix the broken wire. But actually, he was not a German soldier, but his friend who went out of the building to bring the soup. Now, Kulikov killed his own friend as a German soldier. And as soon as he did this, Koig found out his location. Now, after waiting for several hours, Vasili and Kulikov decided to change their position. But before leaving, they tried to find out if Koig was around somewhere. Now, according to the plan, they took out a helmet from the window, so that if Koig was around, he could shoot this helmet and find out his location. However, Koig was familiar with these methods, so he did not shoot. This made Vasili and Kulikov think that Koig might not be around. But as soon as they jumped into the other part of the building, Koig shot Kulikov and killed him. Now, Vasili was very sad to see this and he went back to his base with a sad heart. Now, disappointed, Vasili told Danilov that I can't compete with the German sniper because he is much faster and smarter than me. Now, here Danilov tried to encourage Vasili and told him that we will soon find out where Koig is and then it will not be a big deal to kill him. After this, we see Koig who was reading Vasili's news in a Russian newspaper and Sasha was polishing his shoes. Actually, Sasha is a double agent who pretends to be a German spy and behind the backs of the German soldiers, all their news reaches the Russian army. Now, here Koig gave that newspaper to Sasha and told her to translate it into German. Now, Sasha translated this newspaper into German, which praised Vasili's bravery and his sniper skills. Now, while talking, Sasha told Koig that she has met Vasili and Vasili comes to her house every day. Now, after hearing this, Koig gave this child the greed to eat and asked him about the place from where Vasili secretly carries out his mission. Now, to keep Koig's trust, Sasha told him about Vasili's hideout from where Vasili secretly hunts German soldiers. Now, after getting this information, Koig also went to that hideout and waited for Vasili. Here, Sasha went to Vasili and gave him all the information about Koig's plan. Now, after knowing everything, Vasili also went to that hideout and to trick Koig, he moved forward through a pipeline. Here, Koig was aiming at the main gate and then he heard some sounds from the pipeline. Now, after hearing this, he immediately changed his position and waited for Vasili to come out of the pipeline. Now, as soon as Vasili and his companion came out, Koig shot them. Now, in this attack, Vasili's companion got injured and Vasili lost his rifle. However, Vasili came to the cover on time and asked his companion to return to the headquarters. After this, he tied his knife with a rope and tried to pull his rifle back. But then Koig shot and cut Vasili's rope into 2 pieces. Now, at the same time, German planes bombed nearby, causing the pieces of glass in the building to fall around Vasili. Then, Koig saw Vasili's reflection in a piece of glass and he sat on it, so that if he did anything, he would shoot him. Here, Vasili's injured companion reached the headquarters and told Danilov and Tanya everything. Now, after hearing this, Tanya picked up a gun and immediately ran to help Vasili. Now, while passing through that pipeline, she reached Vasili, but as soon as she came out of the pipeline, Vasili shouted and told her the location of Koig and told her to hide behind those pipes. Now, Vasili used his brain and told Tanya the location of Koig and told her to turn a mirror towards him. Now, Tanya did the same and shone a piece of glass on Koig's eyes. Now, by doing this, Koig went blind for a few seconds and taking advantage of this opportunity, Vasili picked up his gun and shot Koig in the hand. Now, as soon as the bullet hit, Koig left from there and here Vasili and Tanya also returned to their headquarters. Now, that evening, they celebrated their small victory and here the rest of the Russian soldiers praised Vasili a lot because he had hit the right target on Koig within a few seconds. After this, Vasili went to Danilov and refused to publish himself in the newspaper. Here Vasili said that I don't want to be a war hero and I just want to fight this battle as an ordinary sniper. On this, Danilov tells him that you will have to become a war hero because all the soldiers of the Russian army get motivation by listening to your stories. After this, Danilov called Sasha and here Sasha told Vasili that when I clean Koig's shoes, then I see yellow soil on those shoes and usually this kind of soil is around chemical factories. After this, Sasha took him to that chemical factory and here Vasili hid among the dead bodies of the Russian soldiers and started waiting for Koig. Now, in the meantime, Vasili was blind and when he was in deep sleep, Koig left right in front of him. Now, in the meantime, we see a German soldier who was stealing the purses of the dead Russian soldiers. Now, in the meantime, his hand went to Vasili and this soldier thought that Vasili was dead and took out his purse from his pocket. Now, here Vasili also acted like he was dead because if he had moved a little bit, this German soldier would have killed him. Now, this German soldier went to his commander and showed him Vasili's I-card. Now, after seeing this I-card, the commander was convinced that Vasili is dead now. So, he called Koig to himself and asked him to pack his luggage. On the other hand, when the Russian commander got the news of Vasili's death, the ground slipped under his feet. Now, he immediately called Danilov and asked him to suppress this news because if the Russian army finds out that the Germans have killed their hero, they will all break from the inside. After this, Danilov went to Tanya and told her the news of Vasili's death. Now, Tanya didn't believe it at first, but when she heard the news of Vasili's death on the German radio, her heart sank. On the other hand, we see Koig who was getting his shoes cleaned from Sasha. In the meantime, Sasha had tears in her eyes because she was very saddened by Vasili's death. Now, seeing this, Koig doubted her that despite being a German spy, why was Sasha so saddened by the death of a Russian soldier? Now, Koig told her quietly that Vasili is still alive because I haven't killed him yet. Now, to test Sasha's loyalty, Koig tells her that he has found a very good place near the railway station from where he can see the entire Stalingrad. And tomorrow morning, I will go there and try to find Vasili. Now, Sasha immediately went to Danilov and told him everything about Koig's new hideout. Now, as soon as she got this news, Tanya immediately left for the station because she wanted to avenge Vasili's death by killing Koig. Now, after a while, Vasili reached his headquarters and everyone was shocked to see this. Now, when Vasili found out that Tanya had gone to the station to kill Koig, he ran after her to save her life. On the other hand, we see Koig who was waiting for Vasili secretly. Then, he saw a man with a sniper rifle on his back and he was crawling forward. Now, Koig thought this man was Vasili and started waiting for him to come out. But actually, this man was not Vasili but Tanya. Now, before Tanya came out, Vasili came at the last moment and stopped her. And here, seeing Vasili alive, Tanya's happiness had no place. Now, Tanya expressed her love in words and then both of them kissed each other. Now, the next morning, Sasha reached the station to meet Vasili. Here Koig was already waiting for him. Because till now, Koig had understood that Sasha is a double agent and he has betrayed the Germans. After this, Koig killed Sasha and hanged her dead body in the middle of the city. Now, when Tanya saw Sasha's dead body, she got angry and picked up her gun and went to kill Koig. Now, here Vasili stopped her and promised her that he will kill Koig and take revenge for Sasha. After this, German soldiers attacked the people of Stalingrad and there was chaos everywhere. Now, seeing all this, Tanya went to Sasha's mother so that she could take her out of the city by boat. Here, Tanya lied to Sasha's mother that Sasha had betrayed Russia and joined hands with German soldiers. After this, all of them ran towards the boat, but in the middle of the way, a German missile fell directly near Tanya. And in this attack, Tanya was badly injured. After this, a doctor examined Tanya and told her that it is impossible to save her now. After this, Danilov went to Vasili and informed him about Tanya's death. Now, hearing this, Vasili was also very sad and he started crying. Now, to find out Koig's location, Danilov exposed himself, and as soon as he saw this, Koig shot him. Now, here Koig thought that maybe he has killed Vasili, but still he was hiding here for the next few hours. But even after waiting for hours, he did not see any movement from the front, so he started going to that place to confirm this kill. But as soon as he crossed the railway line, his eyes went to Vasili, who was waiting for him with a gun. Now, here Koig accepted his defeat and took off his cap and showed respect to Vasili. Now, here Vasili shot Koig without any delay and kept his gun near Danilov's body as a token of his respect. Now, after 2 months of this incident, the Russian army killed the Germans and captured Stalingrad again. Now, a few days later, Vasili received a letter from Tanya in which Tanya told him that she is admitted in a hospital and is much better than before. After this, Vasili went to meet Tanya and saw her alive in front of his eyes and realized the importance of Vasili's life. And this is where the story ends. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.